Hey y'all, welcome back.
Welcome back, boo-boos.
How's it going?
It's going well. How are you? How is it going for you?
It's going good. It's going good.
Good. How was your weekend?
This was a chill weekend. You know, I was thinking like I didn't have one drop of liquor touch my body
Oh, good.
this weekend, and I know she's happy because
Recovery.
the past couple of weekends have been wild, and I told you guys last week, I felt like my tolerance had changed. So
You told our girls out there last week. She told y'all.
So I felt good. So what did I do? Saturday was Zoe's birthday. My best friend Kayla's daughter turned 5, so she had a cute Barbie party. That was Saturday. And what did I do yesterday? Yesterday I was running errands with my boo. We had to do 3 tux fittings because he's in 3 weddings. Went to get crab. And have you ever been to the Americana in Glendale? It's like the Grove.
Yeah.
But on steroids. They have the good stores there. They have in other stories, Aritzia. Anyway, Christina Milian has
a beignet pop-up truck.
It's a permanent stand now.
Oh, cute.
She had the food truck, but she has 2 like storefronts. But this is like a stand at the Americana. Bitch, those beignets. Listen, if you are ever in Glendale or Studio City or in the LA area where one of those beignet box trucks are, treat yourself, don't cheat yourself, because baby, they were giving New Orleans.
Those are good. Have you had the ones in New Orleans yet? What is it called?
Dumont.
Yeah, that sounds familiar. I've had
They're
those
all
ones.
Warm with the powdered sugar.
Popped all on them.
Man, I had got a small, which
and you're supposed to have it with a little coffee.
Yeah, I know. I didn't get the coffee. They do sell coffee, but you know how coffee.
Yeah, caffeine intolerance. The caffeine intolerance. Have you shaken?
But listen, I had got the small, which comes with 3. I should have got the large.
Does that come with 5? It needs to come with 7. How many did it come with? 6?
I don't know. The size that I got came with 3.
You wanted more.
Yes.
Okay. So you had a relaxing Sunday.
Yeah.
Good.
It was chill. How was your weekend?
My weekend was good pardon me, y'all. It's kind of really felt like it started on Friday since I worked on the weekend. But Friday, I was supposed to go on a date with my boyfriend. He had planned a little date, and the Delta variant is like has things changing by the day, by the minute. So unfortunately, we weren't able to go and have our dinner plans. So we were like trying to pivot and figure that shit out. Pivot. Okay, so here's a story. Y'all know I just moved, so I'm still getting familiar and acclimated to all my neighbors in the area. So on Friday, when I came out, we were going to go have some lunch, and I seen a ticket on my car, and I'm like, I said, street sweeping is on Thursday, so I know, and it's in the middle of the day when I'm at work. So I'm like, now what the fuck is going on over here?
Right.
So I pulled the ticket off my car, and it says like, per request, they came out to ticket my car because I was blocking the driveway. Now, when I tell you I was not, I'm not gonna say I wasn't, but it was like, if it was so small that
could they have gotten out?
Yes, they could have. I probably was if this much in the driveway.
So it was pettiness.
It was very, very petty. So I was like, damn, I was pissed off. Mind you, the ticket is $68. So I'm already like, I want to fight.
Yeah.
I'm like, who would ruin my day and waste my money like this? So I'm like, okay. Already on the rest talking about we need to egg their house around 5 o'clock in the morning when the sun is coming up so the egg can cook that shit. I'm like, babe, I ain't ready to go back down. You taking it back to 2002. I'm like, I can't take it there.
I have egged a car. I'm not proud of it, but
I mean, we all have done things.
Yeah.
So I'm like, no. So we came back. I ended up seeing my neighbor, who wasn't being very neighborly, sitting outside in his yard reading a book. And I just walked up casually, calmly. I'm like, did you ask the city to come out and ticket this car right here? And he was acting all crazy and stupid. Like, no, you know how people be acting. And I'm like, but did you? So we finally got to the bottom of it that he did. I was like, per your request. And he was like, I mean, my neighbor the tenant in the back has a hard time getting out. I just said, oh, that's what I did. Oh, okay. And I walked away. So this part of the story I didn't tell you about. Mm-hmm. The next morning, I did tell you?
No.
I did tell you. Oh, no, I didn't. Good. I saved something. So the next morning, I was going to work on Saturday. I came out to get in my car.
And it was a note.
No, he was backed in the driveway, but it was his car in his driveway and then the car in front of me, so I couldn't really get out. So he was like, do you need me to move? And the part of me that just want to be like, fuck you, I was like, no, it's okay, I can get out. But then when I got in the car and I realized I couldn't, I quickly opened up the door and was like, yeah, can you move, please? Like that, like kind of bitchy, like move your fucking car. So then he was like, sure, no problem. So he was like, he put his dog in the car and then he walked up to my window and I rolled it down. He was like, can I say something, please?
Yeah, apologize.
So I was like, mm-hmm. And he was like, you know, I just want to let you know, I didn't know this was your car. I apologize. You know, I did not mean that, you know. It's like, but I didn't know what else to do. I really didn't. And I was like, I understand. I'm not giving him much energy. I'm just like being polite. And he was like, and I also want to pay the ticket. Bitch.
Make it right. Make it right.
The part of me that is my ego I was fighting back in the inside against my ego, being like, no, I got it. Don't worry about it.
So what did you say? Here's a ticket?
I had the ticket inside of the ticket was in the house, so I couldn't at the moment, but I really wish I had the shit on me because I would have pulled it right out and been like, take care of it. But I was like, thank you. I appreciate it. I said, I accept your apology and your gesture.
Right.
He was like, because I don't want to hurt you. You're hurting my pockets. That's what you're hurting. And in the moment, I didn't even say, you know, I also apologize for not being as mindful as I could be. Maybe I thought that I was pulled up enough, and I understand these driveways are narrow and I'll do a better job. But in my mind, I was caught off guard that somebody would come back and admit their wrongs. Mm-hmm. So he'll be getting that ticket back. And every day I'd be walking by his yard seeing if I could see his ass. I'm like,
I got it right here.
I got it on me. So that happened on Saturday. And then, did I do anything on Saturday night? I don't think I did. I just took my ass to work and then came home. I didn't. And then on Sunday, I went to work, left a little early, and hung out on a little yacht for a couple hours for a friend's birthday. So a little Sunday fun day. Mm-hmm. And now this is it.
And now we're here recording with you all.
Yes.
So what we need for you all to do is take a few seconds, leave a rating and a review, because the ratings and the reviews really help our show. So if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, that's where you can leave a rating and a review. They're really important. They help our listenership grow because people discover the podcast. They read your kind words and they're like, oh yeah, this is something that I like. So take a few seconds, leave a rating and a review there. We're going to read our review of the week. 1 second. Because I have it here. This one, I have way too many pictures in this phone, and that's the problem. So this one comes from Chelsea. She says, the girls are giving. The girls. I cannot start my week without listening to the Black Girl Bravado podcast. I get so excited when I see a new episode is available because I know I'm about to start my mornings off right. I feel like I know Brittany and Germany on a personal level, which makes listening that much better. Cute. They always get me together in the best way, and I find comfort in knowing that I'm not alone with some of the issues I face. I love it here.
Welcome. We're glad you love it here.
Yes, thank you, Chelsea. We appreciate you so much. So yeah, ladies, we have a goal of 2,000 that we're trying to reach. I think we have
almost 1,800.
Yeah,
it's like just shy
1,790 something. Mm-hmm. So
91, I think ish. So do your fucking part.
Period.
Get us over that 1,800 mark this week.
Get us over the hump.
Do what needs to be done. And you know what? Speaking to what Chelsea mentioned in her review about not feeling alone. We are practicing being more vulnerable here and sharing little bits of our story. And what I've noticed, especially last week, is the more honest and open that we are, the more you all feel the resonance here. And it just gives me a little boost of energy and motivation to keep showing up. So
doesn't make it easy though.
Doesn't make it easy, but it makes it worth it.
Yes.
So thank you for the kind words, Chelsea. And so I want to see more kind words.
We want to see them. And if you don't have the time to leave kind words, you can just rate the show. And you just click the stars, 5 preferably.
Yes.
We'll take that. And then go on about your day.
But make the time. Because also we have affirmations this month. And the focus was slowing down.
And reclaiming your time.
So make the time. Make the time to pour into the things that you love. And if you love it here, say something nice. We'd appreciate it.
Period.
Yes. Another way to support us. And like I just mentioned, we have affirmations this month. Those are available over on Patreon.
Yes, they are.
That's our exclusive membership community where you get bonus goodies, more of what you already love, extra episodes, affirmations, journal prompts, playlists, tons of things. There's over, I don't want to say how many hours.
There's hella hours, over 200 posts.
So much content over there.
On Patreon. So
who are our new patrons this week?
Our new patrons this week, we had a handful. And I'm happy to announce that.
Another one just came through.
Today?
Just bumped through while we were sitting here.
Okay, well, you pull up that name.
I think it was Breezy.
Okay, well, we had a couple homegirls. Shannon is a bestie.
Hey, Shannon.
We have Abra.
Hey, Abra.
Jordan is a bestie.
Hi, Jordan.
And we have Aaron.
And I'm going to add Breezy.
And Breezy, okay.
Breezy just became
it's the energy for me.
A patron. So welcome to the gang. Super excited to have
y'all.
Welcome.
We're so excited to have you all.
Yeah.
You will love the content over on Patreon. On God.
You
will love it. You will love it.
Yes.
So last week.
Give me 2 minutes around this bitch. I have bad memory. I need ginkgo.
We talked about overcoming inadequacy.
That's what we talked about. Overcoming inadequacy. We're still in our Thriving Over Surviving series. So all of the content over the next couple weeks and previous episodes is all about shifting our perspective, our mindset, so we can elevate. Okay. And last week's episode, we talked about how inadequacy is a very familiar and normal feeling. And there's 6 truths to tell yourself whenever you are feeling feelings of inadequacy. If you didn't listen, please go back. It was a very personal episode. A lot of vulnerability and
a lot of truths being revealed.
So yeah, go listen. It's really good. And go watch if you haven't already.
Yeah, we need to put our YouTube down in the show notes.
Yes. Because y'all can see us right here live in effect.
And we didn't plan to wear these shirts.
And we're twinning today.
We didn't plan to wear these shirts, but I mean, you do what you want when you're popping and you have your own merchandise, which is also available on our website. Mm-hmm. We have our statements collection, a t-shirt, a tote bag.
Yes.
Go get it.
Yeah.
So this week we are continuing our Thriving Over Surviving series, and we're talking about decision fatigue.
Mm-hmm.
So before we even get in, maybe we should just start off with what is decision fatigue.
Yeah, we had to hop back into our psychology bag.
We did.
We had to get back in that bitch.
Yes. So let's just break down what it is first, and then we'll get into how it affects us and how it may affect you. And of course, we'll have solutions and all that other good shit because that's what we do here.
That's what we do here.
So what is decision fatigue?
Tell me.
I'm going to read it straight from the source.
Yeah, from the horse's mouth.
Yes.
Let me tell you a story from the horse's mouth. When I was in high school, did I tell you this?
What?
When I was in high school, I was dating this guy. I was new to the school and he was really popular. He was dating another girl at a different school was trying to do a
juggle.
A juggle, right. So I was new. We were dating. He already had her as his girlfriend at the other school, and the bitch ended up transferring in to our school. So now there's drama.
So how did that get resolved?
He tried to make it seem like they weren't really a thing, but then they were. And at my school, we had 2 different lunches. So me and her were on the same lunch. He was on a different lunch.
Okay.
So we end up breaking up, right? Because this was already established thing and they were together. And she had already heard around school that he was dating a new bad bitch in town, right? Period. So she ends up coming to me, girl, at lunch.
Yeah, because she needs to get to the bottom of the shit.
She was like, excuse me, but are you dating Devin? And I was like, what? I'm like, girl, ask Devin.
I would have been like, yes.
No, but we weren't together anymore. It had already passed. She's like, because you know, I'm here.
Devin for?
Because at this point, y'all need to work out whatever y'all need to work out. I'm not even in his life no more like that.
Not his life.
You know the high school drama. So I'm like, girl, talk to Devin. Get out of my face. I'm eating my lunch, enjoying myself. And she was like, no, I need to hear from the horse's mouth.
Oh my God. She like, bitch, you know what the fuck you were doing.
She said, no, I need to hear from the horse's mouth. I'm like, bitch, you done came at me with that old school slang. I said, bitch, you want to fight? It was giving, I didn't say that in my mind. I'm thinking horse's mouth. That felt like slander.
So what happened?
It felt like an insult. I was like, bitch, go talk to him. Get out of my face. There was no like ending. She wasn't getting it from the horse's mouth, but I was offended. I said, is that bitch calling me a horse?
The horse was a name. You never heard that?
I hadn't heard that shit.
Oh, wow.
I'm like, girl.
That's an old one.
Exactly. I'm like,
but I mean, I would have knew what she was talking about. As soon as she would have said, I want to hear from the horse's mouth, I would have knew what she meant.
I was just like, you and your grandmother with that slang, that fucking take it back there. Take it back where you came from. I'm like, is the bitch roasting me?
Oh my God.
But
kids,
anyway, get back
to
the decision fatigue.
Okay, so decision fatigue. What is decision fatigue? So in decision making in psychology, decision fatigue refers to the deteriorating quality of decisions made by an individual after a long session of decision making. After making many decisions, a person's ability to make additional decisions becomes worse.
It's hard.
Are you feeling resonance with this?
You know I am.
Is there some connection here?
As soon as we're like, we're going to talk about decision fatigue, I'm like, that's me.
Yeah.
That's me. It's so hard for me to make decisions.
Yeah, but that's just a base level for you. But decision fatigue is a little different.
I know. It's when you've been making so many decisions that when it's time to make another decision, you're exhausted.
Out.
You're like, I cannot make another fucking decision. Although I will say that I do feel this way, and I like when I've been at work all day working and my brain's been braining, when I get home, I don't want to like think. I'll be like, dog, I don't want to think. And I also lean on my partner a lot to make small, insignificant decisions.
You lean on everyone.
Why do you keep coming on here? Am I a little loud? I feel like I'm a little loud. Maybe it's because I'm yelling. Yeah. Why do you keep coming here?
You do.
Stop it. Stop it right now. Stop. You're not going to drag me again.
I'm not dragging you. It's not a drag.
I don't like that I have to be the person faced with vulnerability each week, time after time.
We're taking opportunity to hold a mirror up to me. Take the opportunity to hold up a mirror to me sometimes. Yeah, but I'm saying you do lean on for small, because this is a thing. I'll be like, Germany. We're looking for some food to order.
I hate big.
We're at the office. I'm like, what do you want? I mean, I don't know. I don't really care. You know, I'm open. Bitch, I need assistance here because I too am fatigued. I'm fatigued too, and now I don't have no relief because you don't want to make no more decisions. Like, tap in, queen. I'm like, Germany, I don't know. What do you think? Because, you know, that could work and that. I'm like, hey, we're picking something. We're picking something. I'm like, Germany, you're picking what we're eating tonight.
No, and I hate that. I'm like, why? But I did choose last week. I chose.
Yeah, you did.
And I'm like, why must I? I just don't like it.
But the thing is, you have to sometimes. And I be fatigued too. Like with this, the podcast, white man gig, those are, you know. I mean, you know, the thing is with the white man gig, there's not that many decisions that have to be made. It's just like doing your job.
Yeah.
But for the podcast, there's definitely decisions that have to be made. Event planning business, there's decisions that have to be made, and just like, you know, deciding what we're going to cook, deciding if we're going to clean up, deciding what chores you're going to do, task. There's just
infinite amount of decisions.
So many decisions, and I get tired and I get overwhelmed, and it just makes me be like, you know what? I'm ignoring some things. Mm-hmm. That's how I handle it. Sometimes I'm like, you know what? And
that happens. That's honestly, that's the consequence of decision fatigue, is that other decisions you make poor quality decisions or you just fucking ignore them. And we can get deeper into that, but that's a result of being like, I'm so overwhelmed and exhausted with all the fucking decisions that I have to make. I don't even give a fuck what comes next.
Yeah, that's a sign. Procrastination for sure.
Yeah.
I
that's the big one. I
procrastinate.
always do
Like
that.
one thing I've been procrastinating on is those samples. Because I know it's going to take some real decisions because I know it's going to take some real decisions because it's not something we can just gloss over.
And it's going to take a lot of energy, and not even just the decisions, the energy to research, look, a lot of brain function power.
A lot. It's
Yeah.
not just, oh, okay, let me pick that sample and then we're moving forward. It's like, okay, what's good about this sample? What's good about that sample?
That's the Virgo in you.
What?
That going back to like, okay, just the same way about like the perfection piece, because you want everything to be right. You have a very particular way that you see it, the way you want to experience it. And because you already have that expectation in your mind, all the pieces have to align. So you have to really go through the process of making the best decision because you want the best outcome.
Yes, I do. And we've had experience with not having the best.
Right.
So with that knowledge, I'm like,
it makes the decision is even heavier.
yeah, I'm like, so we
More
really
weight.
need to look into this because we've done the just go with the flow method and it wasn't
Flowing. Yeah.
So now I'm like, okay, let's really look into this.
Yeah.
And I've been procrastinating on it because I'm like, oh, we really got to look into this on top of all of the other shit we have to look into. I'm like, bitch, something's got to get moved to the side.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
And that also happens, the procrastination, like cooking.
Girl.
That gets pushed way down on the list. It's like,
I barely, you know what? I've been doing a bad thing of like going to the store multiple times a week.
to get small meals that you can cook at a time because you don't want to come up with
I don't want to come up with a full menu.
Yeah.
Like
list.
this is breakfast for the week. This is lunch for the week. This is dinner for the week. Snacks. That'd be overwhelming me.
Yeah.
Like that's starting to become an overwhelming thing for me.
Do you find that going to the store throughout the week works better for you?
In a sense it does, but I know the overall better way is to just go at once because I have everything I need. Like if I'm waking up in the morning and I'm like, I wish I had, I can't always go run to the store and get what I wish I had.
So then you end up creating a barrier for yourself or an obstacle.
Yeah, like now I don't have breakfast.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So I was about to look on the bright. I'm Mrs. Brightside. I was going to take it to
yeah,
the
you're
bright.
going to be like, well, if that works for you.
Yeah, if it works for you. So another sign of decision fatigue and that you might be experiencing is that you're impulsive. You just make any decision.
Yeah.
Like, fuck it. We just gonna go with this because I don't even have another. I can't think of nothing else. And I gotta take the blue one.
Yeah.
You know? I feel like I experience all of these. I do them all. I'll just be like, okay, it doesn't matter. Like, just grab that. That's fine. That'll work for today. That also comes down with my contentness. Because I'll just be like, we'll make it work.
Yeah.
I gotta do better.
I feel like
for
this
myself.
is the one I experienced the least.
Okay.
Impulsiveness. Like there, of course, are some things where I'm impulsive, but for the most part, I think impulsive is
least on the list.
the least on my list.
I'm more of the other three, but I have experience being impulsive. Like
You definitely have.
I have, like, if there's no other option, I'll be like, fuck, I don't got another option. Let me just take this. This almost happened to me, honestly, when I was at the grocery store the other day. I did not want to cook. I needed something to take to lunch. And I'm like, okay, I need, my resort, the bag salad. I'll always grab a bag.
Yeah, girl. So like, we're just going to go grab a couple of salads. Gonna grab a couple of salads and call it that.
That's it, baby, because I gotta eat. That's one thing about me. I need to eat lunch at I don't like the work options. They have some good shit, but because like dietary restrictions, preferences, I'm like, I gotta have my food with me. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to go to Chipotle, and I don't want to always do that. So the bag salad is like the easiest things. But Traders did not have no good bag salad options, and I was like, now
and their thing, because some of their things be seasonal.
It sucks. I'm like, and I was just torn. I was like, bruh, I do not want to take the vegan taco salad. I've never had it, and I don't want to do it. But I was pushing myself, and I almost did it. And then Andres was like, we could just go to Sprouts across the street. Like, you don't gotta
force yourself.
Yeah, because I was like,
is that vegan taco salad good?
I never had it, and I did not want to risk it. It didn't. That's why I leave it on the shelf.
Yeah.
He was like, we could just go get the salad that you want. I'm like, yeah, let's do that. Man on my side, let's do it. I'm like, I don't got to be impulsive and take this. So yeah, I've experienced it.
Yeah. Another sign of decision fatigue is just being straight avoidant and acting like shit doesn't exist. Like, oh, Ray Charles to the shit you have to make a decision on. And then the stuff piles up. It gets pushed back, further back.
This is the cousin of procrastination.
It is the cousin.
They're hand in hand.
There's definitely things I've avoided.
I mean, yeah, there's a lot of stuff, even like around the podcast that we're like, okay, we'll put that back.
We have to do this. We have to do that. We kept saying we had to book that trip till we finally sat down and booked them. I know one thing I'm usually avoiding on with decisions is taxes. Oh. I push my taxes down to the fucking damn near last week. Sometimes I'm getting them done on April 16th.
Same. You know what I realize about myself? I'm kind of I procrastinate with most things in my life. There's not many things that I'm just on. Like, okay, I get a ticket, I'm paying it today. Okay, and I don't.
Yeah, the tickets.
And I don't know if that's like a money thing, because that, I don't know if it's things associated with money, which why it feels like a lot of things I procrastinate around. But like, I'm just not like let's get it out the way. It's done. Like, let me go grocery shopping first thing Sunday morning because I know I want it out the way. Nigga, I'll be like, I'll sleep, turn up all day, not have no fucking groceries, and then be like, what I'm gonna do tomorrow?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not very proactive. I'm more reactive. That's what I find out. I feel like I have going on with myself.
Yeah.
What about you?
I am proactive, but there's some things that I just procrastinate on that I don't think has to do with proactiveness. It's just I don't feel like doing that.
Yeah.
But the things that I do know that I need to take care of, I'm definitely like take the proactive approach on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, I gotta get this in place so that can go smoothly, and then that, and then that, and then it'll be good.
For the most part, I feel like my life is pretty routine. The things that are routine. Like, no, I'll be delayed on everything. Like, I know my routine, what I need to do, like grocery shop on Sunday. That's my routine to prepare for the week. But certain things I'll be like I'll go to the bank last minute. Yeah. When I know, like, that's what I'm saying.
Having a routine doesn't mean that you're preparing for the routine. Like, it's like, that there's things that you have to do that you do, but that doesn't mean that you're preparing for the things. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Okay, so for instance, that your routine is to get up, do whatever you do in the morning for work. That's a part of your routine. But are you getting up, doing that in enough time to get to work on time?
No.
Exactly. So having a routine doesn't mean that you're doing it in a timely.
That's my point.
Manner.
That I'm pretty delayed with everything. Yeah. Like, I procrastinate with everything for the most part. Like, I need to do better at that. I do.
Yeah.
She's a work in progress.
Get your ass up.
I know.
So the thing is, it goes back to, and this can relate to decision fatigue too. Intentionally carving out time. Like, the time is not just gonna pop the fuck up. Like, you have to set your alarm for 6 o'clock or whatever the time is to do what you need to do, and actually get up and make the things happen. Because if you just leave it up to whatever, you're gonna be late. Right. Like, the stuff is gonna get delayed.
Right.
We are going to procrastinate.
Yeah. And in addition to that, it's about intentionally preparing so that I can be successful with, and we're just using getting up and as an example, but like going to bed early the night before, not having to cook at 10 o'clock at night. Like, whatever's going to do that helps me success. Oh, everything is just like a domino. Everything is
a domino.
Everything like is a catalyst for the next thing, which is why I need to get my everything together so that the next thing is period together.
Like, here's an example. Today, we knew we were going to be recording a reel, right?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Fuck it. Real time.
It's been a long ass day. We've been working. Had to make decisions about the nail color I'm getting. Like, just a whole bunch of decisions had to be made. So by the time we got to the office, I'm tired. We get here, we're figuring out, what is the reel going to be about? What is this audio going to be? What's going to be like? That's too many decisions to make after we've been making decisions all goddamn day. Like, and so the reel didn't get done. It just didn't get done because we're fatigued. We needed to prepare ahead of time. Like, realistically, for it to happen, like, it's going to take some preparedness. Like, we need to figure out at least half
Being
of it,
proactive.
like some parts of it. What are the points going to be? What's going to be the music, so we can just come in here, create the shit, and then move on to the next thing, because we don't have the bandwidth to be coming up, ideating all this shit, sitting down, recording the episode, and then going home having to think about what we're eating.
Yeah. I was
how
already
we're
thinking about
preparing
that. I'm
for
like,
the morning. You know, it's just a lot. So we need to prepare to kind of help with the decision fatigue, because bitch, plates are full.
Yeah.
And it's the setup for failure vibe for me.
Seriously. So the last one. This one screams me. This one was hollering my name. You're indecisive.
Oh yeah.
Now, indecisiveness specifically for me has nothing to do with decision fatigue. I'm just a very indecisive person because I literally see the pros and the cons of every fucking thing. And I also feel like I need to just get more confident making a decision and being like, that's just what it is. That's just how I feel.
That's the decision I made, and I'm sticking by it. And
That's it. I'm gonna stick beside it. But there's a lot of factors here. This has a lot of
What are
roots.
the factors? What are the roots? What are they?
The roots are, I think that there's the fact that I can see like pros and cons, and then because I can see the pros and the cons, I feel like, what the fuck is the best choice, right? Because I can see it all. I can see.
But
it
if you're okay with contentment, like you said, why do you have to pick the best one? Just make a choice.
I feel like my contentment leads me to be like, it could go either way. But it doesn't see. Look, you see it's happening right now.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I am seeing it.
You are seeing
just can't
happening
answer.
in real
You just
time.
can't answer.
I know. And then I'm also like, you're seeing it happen right fucking now. I'll be like, alcohol will be good, but tea will be good too. I can relax. I can turn up. I go back and forth in my fucking brain. What the fuck is that? Why?
So what things do you have the most trouble making decisions about? Big or small? Like, what do you find yourself going back and forth with the most?
I go back and forth with everything.
What to eat, where to go on a date,
Yes.
like what to wear.
Yes, bitch.
Everything.
In my
you're
mind.
fatigued all the time with decisions.
In my mind.
So yeah. I think your indecisiveness kind of can create decision fatigue, because that sounds draining. Like, if there are all these options, which there are,
yeah,
and each time you're going back and forth with each option, that's tiring as fuck.
Okay, I want to know how it works in a regular person's mind. When you get up and are you super set on what you're gonna do? You're like, I want to wear my hair in a bun, so I'm putting my hair in a bun.
Yeah, because usually in my mind, it's the thought
That's
I
the
had
only
ahead.
option?
No, it's a thought I had ahead of time. Like, tomorrow I'm wearing my hair in a bun, or I am going to prep my hair on Wednesday for.
And then this is my other question. You don't get your hair in a bun and be like, or like right before you're going to do your hair in a bun, do you be like, it could probably look cute in a wash and go?
No. Because that's not how my hair works.
See? Okay. Use a different example, because hair is very definitive for you. It has to be one way or the other for the most part. It's prepped for a style.
Like, for instance, with outfits. I kind of create an outfit in my mind ahead of time, and I'm like, this is what I'm wearing. Some people are like, I'm going to go through my closet, but this will look cute, but then also this could look cute, and they're going back and forth with hella decisions. Mm-hmm. And you know, one cute thing, a sidebar, that a good idea that I saw someone do. She goes through her closet. Like, you know, a lot of people, they just go out and they buy stuff like as they see it, instead of just going by event shopping. You know, it's like, oh, I'm out, I see something, I add it to my collection. So they have like a bunch of different things to choose from. So what she does is, ever so often, I forgot how frequently, she just goes through her closet and like puts together outfits. So when it's time for her to go somewhere, she already knows how the whole look looks together. It's like, I got 6 looks. She photographs herself in them, and it's like, okay, I know how this looks on me. I know what this is giving. I know it goes with these shoes, these accessories. Like, just has an idea. And I love that, because you already know what the vibe is in your closet. It's not like, well, I might wear the wide leg pants with this top, and you put it on when it's time to go, and it's like, flop. It's not giving.
Yeah.
But anyway, Yeah, like for most things, I don't know. Most things don't cause me to be that indecisive. It's just like, especially with hair or like what I'm going to wear, sometimes even like what I'm going to cook, once I have my mind made up, or when I'm in the store, I'm just like, okay, this is what we doing and let's get the fuck out.
Certain things, if it's something like that, like what I'm a cook, I come up with that fast because I don't want to think about coming up with something else. Like I have a set shit that I always cook and that's just easy for me to do. Also with clothing, it depends. Like it depends on the vibe. I gotta feel out like what's the vibe and da 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 da. And then usually I'll have a couple options and I'm like, I like this better. But I do go back and forth for a minute. I need to get my brain straight. I gotta get it fucking straight because
What do you mean when you say get your brain straight?
I need to be more decisive.
What's not straight with it?
Honestly, it's just my indecisiveness. Okay. It's just I just need to be more certain and sure. And just be like, this is what it is.
Yeah.
That's it. It's just difficult.
But I'm working
on it.
Get it straight.
I also think it might be like, I don't know how much of a confidence thing it is, but being confident in my decision, in the decision that I'm making. Because that also makes me go back and forth a lot. That also creates the indecisiveness.
First, that's what it is. Not being confident that the decision that you're making is the best one. Yeah. And I mean, we're not always going to make the best decisions, but we can't go back and forth forever trying.
This week, this is what I'm doing this week. I'm just going to
exercise.
This week, I'm going to just be decisive in my decisions. I'm not going to go back and forth. I'm not going to say I'm not, but I'm going to try. I'm going to try not to. And I just kind of did it right there. You see?
No, that wasn't that though. You just said you're not, but you said you're going to try not to.
I'm going to try not to go back and forth with myself about certain decisions. I'm just going to make a decision and do it. And that's it.
Yeah.
Period.
That's all we can do. I mean,
yeah.
Shit, we're human.
No, I know. But I really value and I find, like I admire when people are like super just decisive. Like I want to eat this and that's just that. I want to go here and that's just that. I want to whatever it is. And I'm
because the thing is, most of the time when you're going back and forth about what you want to eat, it's something that, like we were at a food truck right by our house, right on the corner. And she was choosing between a burger and a calzone. Mm-hmm. She's had both. She liked both. The thing is, get the burger today and get the calzone next time. Like, she was like, what do I want? What do I want? I'm like, Germany, let me help you. I get the burger, you get the calzone. You can have a little bit of both if that's what the issue is.
See how you can rationalize, oh, I don't get the burger this time. I had the burger last night. I don't get the calzone. It don't work for me like that in my mind. I'm literally thinking, that burger is so good. It's so juicy. It has a perfect little herb sauce on it. And then that calzone is good and creamy. And they just have that impossible meat cooked up perfectly. I'm thinking about all of that. I'm not thinking about the next time, nigga. I'm thinking about this time. See? But I will do that. I'm just going to be like, I want the burger.
Yeah, just get the burger. Especially when it's something like, we're not in Santa Fe where you can only get this once.
I know. I eat at that place once
every week.
Once a week. I'm going to do it this week. I'm going to do it. I'm doing
challenging
it.
you.
Check in.
Yeah, I'm challenging you.
Yeah, I'll be challenged. It's good. It's going to be good for me.
I guess I don't have that much trouble making decisions. I just get fatigued from feeling like I have a lot.
And you're good at making decisions.
I feel like I get fatigued.
You're good at making decisions. I wish I was more logical and more rational. I think that would help me make. I think that does help because you're very emotional. You're very emotional, and all of my decisions are made from a place of logic. That's what I'm saying.
I'd be like, okay, so this makes sense, and I can see how that can happen. It has to make sense in my mind, and so I'm doing all of the rationalizing and like calculating. Like, okay, that makes perfect sense. Yeah, totally.
See, that's what I wish I had, more rationality.
Maybe I wonder if that can happen with practice, because if you're naturally emotional, how do you practice?
Take your emotions out of it. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. That's the way I would think in my mind. Like, you know what? Be objective. Instead of being subjective about something and being like, oh, but this is how I feel. I feel very strongly. Like, I'd be so tied to the feelings.
You really do. And that's not a bad thing. I'm not saying it's bad. We're just acknowledging what is.
Right.
We're just
I do.
acknowledging what
Like
it is.
even with the burger and the calzone, I'm like, I really enjoy both of those. I really like them both. But if I was less emotional about whatever it is, then I could just say, well, I had the burger last week. It's okay for me to have the calzone today, unless I have a strong taste for a burger today.
Sometimes, you know what I try to do is just look at the
What?
facts.
Yeah.
Like what really is.
Yeah.
That helps me make decisions. Like what are the facts?
Okay, honest moment here. I'm gonna share. So, I need to put this down.
Put it down.
It's being put down. So,
I can make you put your cup down.
period. I am not currently vaccinated,
Mm-hmm.
and I've had strong emotional feelings about being vaccinated. Right? I'm not an anti-vaxxer. I was
Vax hesitant.
Yes, thank you for that. Vax hesitant. And if with more information and feeling more confident about the decision, then I likely would move forward with being vaccinated.
Mm-hmm.
But in this very moment, I did not want to be vaccinated. And like I mentioned earlier, the Delta variant has a lot of things changing very quickly. One of those things is that majority of places now are now recommending you be vaccinated to participate. And at that point, also my job is mandating that everybody be vaccinated by September 30th.
Mm-hmm.
So I was not expecting
To be hit like that.
to be hit. Okay, with red turtleneck. I was not expected to be knocked off my feet, have the rug pulled from under me as soon as it did. Like the vaccine rolled out in the beginning of the year, and I'm like, oh, cool, no tea there.
You thought you were going to you just thought that you could make your own decision and move forward.
Yeah, I thought I could make my own decision and have autonomy over my own body and what I chose to do, whether it's be vaccinated or not be vaccinated. So I wasn't expecting, for the resurgence to happen, and then they be like, actually we doing it this way. Right. So when that instruction came down from our higher ups, I was shook. I'm like, what the fuck? I was in tears. I was in literal tears.
Yes.
I was in tears.
I FaceTime this girl. I'm like,
nose all red.
What's going on?
I was in tears because this whole time my decision to not be vaccinated has been so emotional. Right? It's been like, no, whatever it is that I feel, I've been very connected to the feeling. Yeah. So knowing that I don't have an option had me feeling like defeated, sad, angry, like I didn't have a choice. And I hate to not have a choice. I hate to feel like I have no authority over my own life. And that's how I felt. So I had all those emotions along with the emotions of like the way I feel about being vaccinated right now. And I was just like overwhelmed. So I will say the reality that hit me was like, you're going to have to make a decision. And the decision is likely going to be vaccinated, because at this time you do not have the ability to not work. That's just being real. Right. Like, bitch, you don't have another job on standby, and you can't leave the job you currently have because of bills. So I'm like, I'm likely going to have to be, I am going to have to be vaccinated. I'm not going to say likely, but the more I speak to people who are rational and logical and bring new insight into my awareness, because now I have a different awareness. I'm more open to the idea because I have to get vaccinated. So now I'm looking at like different things that people have to say, and I'm being more, I guess, logical. Yeah, but it only comes with people who are already logical and rational giving me like information, because I'm so emotional. So I will say, like, the more I talk to Brittany, the more I like reach out or like look at people's stories, or I feel like the information is value based and it's not as emotional, it's more fact based, then I feel better about the decision. Not completely good, but I can, and I don't even know if I want to say I could rest.
You're moving into acceptance. Well, you've already accepted that it has to happen, and with the acceptance, you are
finding peace.
Yes,
I'm finding peace. So that's what I was going to say. Thanks.
You're welcome. And that's why our friendship works. That's why there's a good balance, because if we were both super emotional, I don't really know how we would be able to progress.
We would be locked in a closet. We would be doing a steak. What's that thing where you like a hunger strike, bitch? We're not.
Get the fuck up. No, because
Because
really.
all I need is somebody to be right with me
No, because
emotional.
that's
I'd be
how
charged up.
that's how human interaction works. Like we look for somebody to like affirm us and like tell us what we want to hear.
Yeah.
And that feels comforting, but that's not how we grow.
Yeah.
And I think that there's a good balance with your emotionalness and my logicalness, because we need both. Like it's not a bad thing to be hella emotional and it's not a bad thing to be logical, but you need both. You need a balance, because if you're too much of one, then you're going to be
fucked
coming against them issues.
Yes.
So yeah, we have to look at the facts.
Yeah.
That's the way I look. Sometimes I'm looking at the facts too much, where I'm like, well, it says this right here. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Like the facts, I'm looking at what's real, what's right in front of me. So
yeah. So that was a real...
Well, yeah, I'm proud of you for,
thank you, coming around a little bit.
Coming around a little bit.
It's been a journey. It's been a rough week. It's been a rough week.
No, I know it's been a rough week. And the only reason why I've been able to provide some logical rationalness is because I was already feeling like, before the vaccine mandates had come into place, I was already like, you know what, let me look further into this, because I was feeling somewhat emotional too, about some feelings of emotionalness towards the vaccine too, because I was just like, when the vaccine first dropped, I'm like, I'm not getting it. That's just what I said. And sometimes when I make decisions, I'm like, I picked a side and I'm standing in it. I said I wasn't getting it. I'm not getting it. Like there's no discussion here. I said what I said.
Right.
But as times have changed, there's space for my feelings to change too. I don't like the narrative, and I don't like the back and forth that has been going on between the vaccinated and the unvaccinated. I'll never put myself in that type of position. But again, my logic has kicked in, and I'm like, these are the facts. Like these are things that are true. And also with the mandates, that's really the thing that really got me moving towards the other side, because I'm like, there's no way I'm going to function as I want to function without it.
Yeah. That's
just the reality. So here we are.
And I think that's the same way I feel. Like the reality is I got to go to work.
Right.
It's the mandating, right, that's made me be like, okay, well, what the fuck?
Right.
So keep me in prayer, y'all. If you are a person who wants to shame, get the fuck from out of here.
The shaming isn't doing anything from anybody on either side. The shaming isn't working for the vaccinated, shaming the unvaccinated, and it's also not working for the unvaccinated who are shaming the vaccinated. Like, what are y'all really doing? And y'all sitting up on the internet arguing all day, and it's not really.
Yeah.
It's not really problem solving. So yeah, people need to redirect energy. And
just hold space for everybody, whatever their decisions are.
Yeah.
That's it.
So let's talk about ways that we can become better decision makers, because we have hella decisions to make.
I need this.
We have so many decisions to make. So number 1, view your ability to make quality decisions as a limited resource.
Yes. This is very important.
We should not expect ourselves to be able to make high quality decisions all day, every day, right? So we're going to make the low effort decisions ahead of time. Like we said, preparedness is key. Shit that we can knock out, let's do this. So this can be done by picking out your outfit ahead of time. Like I told y'all, that little hack. Wednesday, when you're chilling, you don't got a lot on the agenda, going through your closet like, okay, this looks cute with that. That's done. I already know. Mental memory, take a picture, whatever you need to do to knock that out. Scheduling your day according to like important tasks that you need to knock out. If you're a morning person, maybe put those high quality decisions you need to make at top of the top.
Yeah.
And then all the other shit can fall behind that. But you know what you need to do. Like
at night, you can just wind down.
Meal prep so that you're not having to think about what you need to do. Cook throughout the week. It's like, oh no, that's something I ain't got to worry about. Just pull my meal out. And you know what? That was helping me when we were doing that little meal service.
Yeah, that did.
I just got burnt out from the meals.
I'm still burnt out, and I ain't had it in a minute.
Yeah, I'll be burnt out forever.
Maybe I'll try thistle.
Oh yeah, thistle.
Maybe this will be a good. Maybe next week I'll try it. Yeah, it's just dumbass expensive.
There's just things we need to incorporate that helps us with making these big decisions. Like when I went to Costco last week, and I got the little pre-made smoothie packs, and all I had to do was add the liquid. Little shit like that is even better because you're just cutting off the top, pouring it in, pouring the liquid, smoothie done.
But how do you like it? Is it good?
It was good. And I don't usually fuck with berries, but it had raspberries, strawberries, kale, banana, blueberry.
Oh, okay. Usually I stay away. I'm blueberry adverse.
It was really good. I was surprised.
But it sounds good.
Pleasantly surprised.
Just have to start implementing more life hacks that help us avoid being burnt out and assist us with being more prepared.
Yeah.
So we can also manage the amount of big decisions that we have to make in a day, right? So this is very important because imagine having to make hella very, very important decisions all on one day or all at one time. So like you mentioned, setting up a schedule, let's space this shit out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Give your brain a chance to rest, to recharge, make a decision, take a minute, sit with it, and be done. And then come back, make another decision, sit with it, and keep that process going. And yeah, avoid procrastination. That's the biggie. Avoid procrastination. Then you get to the end of the day and you still got to make all of these decisions and the time is up.
Yeah.
And now you really got to do it. You're forced.
Yeah.
You don't have a choice.
Don't be afraid to take breaks either.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what was that method?
It's called the tomato method, and I implement that all the time at work. 30 minutes on, 30 minutes off, baby.
I just be off.
Tomato.
Sometimes.
I mean, that too.
Catch up.
I don't even want to tell.
I catch up.
Trying to catch up. I tell y'all when I start work sometimes.
Trying to catch up.
I get there 8:30 and I'll be like, okay, we can start at 11.
Yeah, like if you need to like take a power nap before making huge decisions, maybe not like before I'm gonna take my little afternoon walk, which let me just stop acting like I do shit like that. I've been doing morning walks, but afternoon walks, once I'm in the thick of it,
yeah,
it's hard to do shit like that.
Yes.
But do what you need to do to implement breaks and rest so that you can try kind of recharge, reset, get your mind back right.
Yeah.
Because we be on.
Breaks are very important for me. My human design, I'm a projector. I'm really only supposed to work 4 hours a day. So it's really hard for me to work.
Yeah. And high level breaks too, like sabbaticals, vacations.
Yes.
Things so where you don't have to, you're off work, you're off of all your other extra gigs. Just taking a break, resetting so that you can come back refreshed, recharged, and ready to do all the shit that you got to do.
Yeah, and figure out what that looks like for you. If your work day is 8 hours, if you got to schedule your breaks. Like I'm taking a break at 10, I'm taking another break at 12, I'm going to take another break at 2.
Right.
Like you mentioned, vacation, plan your vacation. We just planned our friendcation, our annual friendcation. So that's going to be really good. That's where we find inspiration and we're able to come back and bring more value added content and just bring some new shit to the table.
Right.
We got to stay inspired, and that's the way. Take your breaks.
Breaks are key.
Another thing you can do to avoid decision fatigue, which is really important, is self-care. We can focus on our self-care. This is very important. We have to check in with ourselves. Keeping a tab on how you feel mentally is important.
It is.
Right.
Another thing we can do is ask ourselves how tired we are in our present situation. So are you making a decision to simply solve the thing right in front of you? Ask yourself, how much impact on my life does this decision have? Now that'll help you get it together.
Because we already established that all the shit that we do has a domino effect.
Yeah.
So all of the decisions are impactful, unless it's something like small, like what I'm gonna eat tonight.
Yeah.
But when I'm thinking about the grand scheme of things, like honestly, truly, I need to start getting up. That's a small change that I need to make immediately, because my director also pointed it out last week. Once it's getting pointed out, you're no longer flying under the radar.
Yeah.
I'm like, and I've been saying I need to be on work. I just need to be a better bitch. I don't know how many other ways to put it. I need to be a better bitch.
You need to be better.
And I'm starting today.
Okay, so go home and go to bed.
No, I don't even gotta work tomorrow. You see, you already putting a curfew on me. I ain't even gotta go to work tomorrow.
No, but I'm thinking like, okay, so we can not make it as dramatic and say how much of an impact will this decision make on my life, although it do be coming down to that shit when you think about it. But like, how much of an impact will this decision make on our performance for the month? You know?
When you're talking about like if we're establishing like what we're gonna do as a business?
Yeah, as a business, as an employee, as a
I was not thinking about employee.
I mean,
yeah.
I'm not thinking about it like that too, but some people are.
Yeah.
So however you relates to you, and so you're like, okay, this will impact me in this way. Let me set aside this much time each week, each month, each whatever, so that I can do whatever I need to do to make these decisions, better decisions.
Yeah. I think, I want to ask you, do you consider, when we're considering this whole, how impactful this thing is going to be, that can be overwhelming, intense. Do you personally consider the pros and the cons when you're making decisions, or do you just kind of wing it sometimes? She's a pro and a conner.
I guess it depends. Like, for big decisions, for sure, I'm thinking about the pros and the cons. I think about those for a minute.
Yeah.
Or I think about those to help me come up with my final decision. For sure. I'm like, okay, so this could happen. That might happen. Okay, are there more pros than cons? Okay, we're going to go with that. For the smaller things, I don't be thinking about it.
You just wing it.
You know, one little decision fatigue thing I had the other day.
What?
I was like, or a thing that helped me make better decisions. I was like, I was hungry and I was thinking about what I was going to eat. And I was like, should I go out and get some Korean barbecue? And so I was going to drive to Torrance. And then I was like, but then I'm going to have to wait, because I was reading the reviews on Yelp and they were like, the wait is like 45 minutes to an hour. I'm going to get the food and go and do all that. I was like, you know what? I should just go to the store and cook. It's going to take less time, less money. And that's how I made my decision.
Yes.
And I took my ass to the store and I bought something and I cooked it.
Usually, when I have to choose between two options or make a decision, I always go with the one that's going to save me money. But that also fuels my cheapness sometimes. And I gotta stop fucking doing that.
Yeah.
Although lately, I've been in the mindset of abundance and not really counting my coins and just being like, I have money. Like, why am I thinking about, well, this is going to save me 20 cents.
Yeah, no.
Although it's not down to the dime like that. But, I'll be like,
yeah.
I don't want to do it. It's cheaper this way.
Yeah.
I'm going this way. But I haven't been in that vibe lately. I just been like, I have money. I'm spending it. I want to buy it. I'm getting it.
It's
lately,
mine,
I've just been living.
I spend it. It's mine. I spend it.
Yeah. Something else we need to make sure that we do is ask for help.
Yeah.
Ask for help. I know that we are strong. Yeah, we get overwhelmed and we are strong women. We are survivors. But what? But we have to be comfortable asking for help from the people around us. And I have to be comfortable asking for less help.
With a small little decisions. Because that's when you become dependent and reliant.
Ew.
You can't tell this girl the truth.
Yes, you can. Keep it 100, Virgil.
Are you afraid? I don't even know why I'm asking you this, because you're not.
What? Ask me.
When it comes time for you to make a major decision, do you feel like you can make it without asking for help, or do you feel like I can just make this on my own? No need to consult. Majors.
Bitch, you already know how I'm rocking. Asking for help. I need consults. Come over here. Give me your feedback. Then I can. And you know what else? I also use the process of a sounding. Like, I need a sounding board. I need to hear myself work through work through the fucking shit, and then I come up with a conclusion. So it's not necessarily that I need to consult. I just need to have somebody who I trust to weigh in with me, so that I can come to my own conclusion. That's what it is.
Okay.
Reworking. But I do. I like to have feedback from my trusted circle. I have a couple people, maybe honestly, there's 3 that I rely on. There's you that I'm leaning on. There's my mom that I'm leaning on. And then there's Andres that I'm leaning on. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So usually if I'm working through a big decision, I'll be like, although the apartment decision was my own.
Yeah.
And then I just get confirmation and affirmation from my friends. What? Seriously, did I say, do you think I should move? Tell me what I did.
Let me remember. You do what Germany does.
What is that?
She was like, should I look at the apartments? Should I look at apartments?
I hate you.
I'm like, yeah, look at what is looking at the apartments gonna harm you. If you want to look at the apartments, just look at the apartment. All you're doing is looking. Then we got past that hump. Okay, I'm looking. Then you look at the apartment.
Should I go
Should
view
I
it?
apply? Should I apply because other people are applying?
I know.
And I'm like, girl, you can't worry about other people. We're worried about what you're doing. So if you want to apply, you apply. And if it's meant for you to receive, you will receive.
Then we got to go through that whole thing. I deserve it. If it's mine, it won't pass me. Then I got to go through that. Okay, so you saying I don't be making no decisions?
I'm not saying you don't make decisions, because obviously you do, but it's a community input.
Mm-hmm.
Community. Let's say that. Community.
It's the sounding board technique.
It's the sounding board technique.
It's heavy in my life. And I know I think that's my strategy.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If that's what you're supposed to be doing, you don't need to not do it. You need to do it.
It's my thing. It's my thing.
You need to do it.
Period. And it's being done. What about you? This bitch just make a decision and everybody come to the party after it's done.
I definitely do. I'm like, I've made the decision about what I'm going to do.
You do.
I do.
I know you do.
I make the decision and I stand on it.
Yeah, 10 toes down. The bitch is done.
Mm-hmm.
She'd be like, yeah, this is what we're doing. I'm like, oh. It's done.
Anyway.
It do be done.
It do.
Mm-hmm. And I love that about you. See? That's it.
So,
what are you about to say?
I was going to say, for the girlies that feel like they're fatigued making decisions, don't fret. We're all fatigued. There's so many decisions to make, but thankfully there's things that we can implement to kind of ease some of that fatigue, like what we listed.
Yeah.
Preparing,
asking for help,
resting,
implementing breaks.
Yes. All of those things.
Yeah.
Because there are some decisions that we need to make to shift into a thrive state. And we need clear minds.
Open hearts. The whole thing. Y'all know what we need.
We need all of that.
Yeah.
So that we're making the best decisions possible. And although we're leaving space, allowing space for some of our decisions to maybe not be that great, but that's okay because we get back up again. Get back up again.
Dead.
We get back up again.
Yeah. Let us know if you have any experience with decision fatigue. Let me know if you're very indecisive like moi.
Yeah.
Make me not feel bad, okay?
Don't feel bad.
I don't. I'm just saying.
Okay, good.
Get in the comments. Get in my DMs. Tell me about it. So.
Tell us about the hardest decision you've ever had to make.
Oh, yeah. Send us an email if you want. Contact at the Black Girl Bravado.
Yeah.
So it's been a long time since we picked up a pen
and dropped a gem.
Period. But it's here again. We're bringing it back, sharing some goodies and some things that we love that we hope you find valuable and useful.
So what are we on
this week?
What are we loving?
This week we're sharing that we love the Youth to the People Superfood Cleanser.
Listen.
Game changer.
Listen.
Game changer.
I've used a few cleansers in my heyday. And you know, cleanser is an essential part.
It is.
Of a skincare
Most
routine.
important.
But it don't be getting the hype it deserves.
Yeah.
The shine it deserves because it's on our face and off so quick.
Mm-hmm.
But listen, once you stumble upon a quality cleanser.
It sets the foundation. It definitely does.
Tell them about that.
So I'm going to just read the description of it for you guys. It says it's powerful, but gentle. Daily face wash is formulated with cold pressed antioxidants. That's kale, spinach, and green tea to give your skin the ultimate cleanse. It works effectively to prevent buildup in pores, to remove makeup, and balance pH without drying or stripping. This is the green juice cleanse for your face.
I love it.
That's exactly what it is. This shit it's vegan. It's Leaping Bunny certified, PETA approved. It's a clean beauty product. We just stand it.
And the thing is, this stumbled into Germany in I's life. So
really
we were at
did.
a pop-up at the Youth to the People HQ. And what makes this product even better is the creators, the team behind it. They are some really good, cool ass people. Like we were there just having conversation, found out that they were the people behind the brand. They loaded us up with tons of products. We went home and genuinely fell in love with this shit. And this cleanser, listen, I don't got to get another free bottle. I will buy them all. This stuff.
Seriously.
I gave my mom, because she comes over and goes through my cabinet. And she's like, oh, you have all, what don't you want? And I'm like, take the travel size.
Yeah.
She was like, the youth to the people. I love that. I love that. I saw you were there the other day. Can you? I'm like, listen, I ain't got it like that, but I can give you a Sephora gift card.
Oh, that was nice.
But yeah.
It's the shit.
It's so good. Like, I don't even know what to tell you. It's so good.
And we're not, like you mentioned, we're not saying it because this is like sponsored content. Y'all know when an ad comes, it's an ad.
Right.
This has nothing to do with an ad. It really genuinely works. We genuinely love the product and we genuinely recommend it.
Yeah.
So if you are in the market, even if you aren't in the market, this is a universal cleanser that works damn near for every skin type. All types of skin, yeah. I even have Andres using it. He's like, let me get my little you to the people. I'm like, get in there and use it.
10 out of 10, highly recommend.
10 out of 10, highly recommend. Get yourself some You to the People Superfood Cleanser. You will not regret it. I want to see your selfies. I want to see your skin glowing, looking like the shit.
Yes.
Tag us.
And when it does, tag us and tag You to the People. Let them know that we sent you over there.
Yes. They would love
Listen, I want to hear y'all feedback. No cap. The shit's nice.
Yeah, it is. Grab yourself some.
So, we will leave it down in our show notes.
Yeah.
I think that's it for this week.
That's it.
We're going to head out. We have some more decisions to make before the night is over. Yeah. So, yeah, we will chat with you all next week.
Love you.
Bye.
Oh. Bye. Bye.